When you're a presidential candidate, you say a lot of words on television. But in the case of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., those words can come back to haunt you. Mediaite presents the top 3 times RFK Jr. got caught denying he said something he absolutely said. Number 3, Kennedy denied ever pushing 9/11 conspiracy theories, but the tape proved otherwise.
What do you say to that suggestion that whether it's 9/11 or the deep state or vaccines, that you believe wacky things?
I don't know what you're talking about, 9/11. I don't recall saying anything about 9/11.
It came out of the Bergen interview.
I'm called a conspiracy.
You know what I'm talking about. It came out of the Bergen interview.
I do not know.
Well, in the Bergen interview where you were saying you're not sure what happened. You know what I'm talking about, Bobby. I'm not, you know me. I'm not trying to be sneaky about it.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to be coy, Chris. I think if you go back and look at that interview or any interview, I never voiced a conspiracy theorist. I know there's strange things that happen that don't seem.
What are the strange things?
Well, one of the buildings came down that wasn't hit by a plane, so it wasn't Building 7 or Building 10.
That collapsed because 2 of the world's biggest buildings collapsed on top of it.
No, they didn't collapse on top of it. My offices were down there. My offices were closed.
So one of the buildings next to the Trade Center.
No, there's pictures of it collapsing. There's nothing collapsing on top of it.
Number 2, CNN's Casey Hunt asked Kennedy about his comments on vaccines. After he denied making those comments, she rolled the tape.
You have gained notoriety for your skepticism about vaccines. And over the summer in an interview, you said, quote, "There's no vaccine that is, safe and effective." Do you still believe that?
I never said that.
So stop me. We have the clip. Please play the clip.
Play the whole clip.
You've talked about that the media slanders you by calling you an anti-vaxxer. And you've said that you're not anti-vaccine, you're pro-safe vaccine. Difficult question. Can you name any vaccines that you think are good?
I think some of the live virus vaccines are probably averting more problems than they're causing. There's no vaccine that is, safe and effective.
So you did say it. Do you still believe it?
Well, here's what I would say. First of all, I'm not anti-vaccine.
How is that statement not anti-vaccine?
Well, I can say right now there's no medicine for cancer that's safe and effective. It doesn't mean I'm against all medicines. I've been fighting 40 years to get mercury out of fish. Nobody calls me anti-fish. What I want is vaccines that are proven safety. And what I meant, which was a bad use of words in this, none of the vaccines that are currently on the mandated schedule for children, the 72 vaccines, have ever been tested in a pre-licensing safety study. What that means is that we do not know what the risk profile is for those products, and you cannot prove that or say with any scientific certainty that any of those products are causing.
So you're saying you still believe that no vaccines are safe and effective?
Oh, what I'm saying is that none of the 72 vaccines has ever been tested in a safety study.
Okay.
And number 1, after Kennedy claimed that Joe Biden was a bigger threat to democracy than Trump, he backpedaled hard in an interview with News Nation's Chris Cuomo.
The headlines read, "Bobby Kennedy thinks Biden bigger threat than Trump." Is that fair? Robert F. Kennedy Jr. here is to make the case for himself. Do you want people to believe that you think that President Biden has done more objectionable things vis-a-vis our democracy than former President Trump did in the aftermath of the last election?
No, as you heard, Chris, what I said was that I can make this argument, and I didn't say definitively whether I believed one or the other was more dangerous than democracy. I did say that I don't believe either of them are going to destroy democracy. Both sides are telling us the other guy is the end of the republic. But, they're both lame duck presidents. They're going to be in there 4 years. Their political opponents are going to be announced 2 years later. There'll be a new Congress in. Listen, I can make the argument that President Biden is a much worse threat to democracy. And the reason for that is President Biden is the first candidate in history, the first president in history that has used the federal agencies to censor political speech.